What's up, Aries? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead. Starting December 8th, 2025. Aries, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. The deck I am using will be listed in the description box. Not reading any reversals. Just going to shuffle this deck up real good before we grab all the messages for Aries. Okay, give me all the messages here for Aries this week. What can Aries expect this week energetically? All right, energies for Aries. All right, let's cut the deck, Aries, and begin your messages for the week. Let's see what's on board here. All right, for you, Aries, we want to start off with the very first card. And we're going to begin with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is rapid energy that may be coming towards you. It's a court card, so it could be an actual person. We always talk about someone where in delivering of any rapid energy could be from this person, you know, putting a smile on your face. Okay, that's what the Page of Wands would do, would be the beginning stages of any passionate thing that you undertake. So it could be a new relationship or creative project. It could also be, you know, like a hobby or something like that. All right, so we got the Page of Wands starting you off. And then next up we have now we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Swords would represent grief, heartache, and separation. So keep in mind, Aries, it doesn't always mean a parting of the ways, but you can see with the picture of the couple in the background, that could be where I always talk about that you could be in a relationship and then there's some sort of distance that separates you. That brings on a grief and heartache. Also, the standard meanings or messages that come from the Three of Swords could be the third party in play, of course, when it comes to romance. It could be just conflicting energies with family members, friends, still romantic partners, but it's still not indicative of a separation or a split, divorce, right? It could be pet loss. You see the cat in the window, pet gets away, the family is left grieving. All right, but I'm going to throw a clarifier on this Three of Swords and see exactly if we can hone in on this message here for you, Aries. Now, I wouldn't associate that Page of Wands coming before the Three of Swords because that's the person that would deliver some sort of good news, not someone who's going to put you in a position like that. So this could be totally separate. But let's see if we can figure out why the Three of Swords is in your spread. And for this reason, we have the Hierophant. So yeah, it could be that there's someone who is dealing with relationship problems. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, romantic. It could be anything involving the family, okay? And you have to look at the Hierophant. It's like almost the card is about faith. So you could be that the Three of Swords involving any types of conflicting energies with romantic partners, family members, or friends. You've lost faith or you're losing faith. That could be what I'm seeing here. Okay. Since it is the major arcana, this is a strong emphasis in losing faith. Somebody that you have believed in or, you know, put a lot of energy into. And then a lot of it has to do with trust issues. All right, so I'm going to leave that just where it's at. That's the Hierophant clarifying that Three of Swords. Someone's losing faith in a relationship. Yeah. Now, look, we have the Strength card. So, okay, the Strength card here, you will rebuild, feeling strong and powerful. And I like the fact that the Creator put the person in a wheelchair because any disabilities or any types of limitations, you are strong. You are strong enough to do whatever it is that you need to do. So any obstacles or challenges for you this week, Aries, you will overcome them. Owning your own power, feeling strong, like I said before. This card is a high degree of passion. It represents valor, you know, Very powerful. And you're part of that energy. It does represent Leo the lion, but they got this big ass dog here. But anyway, nonetheless, you got a very powerful major arcana in your spread. Oh, then come up next, we got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so what is going on here, Aries? Okay, Nine of Swords mirrors over there to that Three of Swords. Here she's covering up her face with her hands. She's peeking out at the fingers, the little clock there. And then we have the pill bottle that spilled over. Okay, the Nine of Blades is here in your spread. This is a card that represents betrayals, deceits, lies, okay, mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. The pills will represent seeking prescription medications for a high degree of anxiety, a high degree of depression. The hell? Okay. Or it could be non-prescription, of course, drinking, alcohol, smoking cigarettes, whatever is going to help you through the days and the nights. This is usually oftentimes read by me as a lot of stuff going on, could be going on, is done in silence. A lot of pain and suffering that is going on in silence. And maybe a lot of people who don't know you, or the people don't know that you're doing a lot of suffering. So you're doing this all on your own. Hopefully that is not the case. But to continue on, yes, this is betrayals. This is almost like a very nasty card to receive in the spread. But I'm also going to throw a clarifier on this Nine of Blades as to why it showed up. Okay, so it could be, again, remember I said trust issues here with the Hierophant. This card mirrors over here to the Hierophant here, and I said the Three of Swords would be that someone's losing faith or having trust issues within a relationship. So this could be, more or less like the validation of what I was saying. But why did that Nine of Blades show up here? So this is, having to deal with unresolved, conflicting energies from the recent past, Aries, distant past, or it could be something that even happened or occurred yesterday. All right. High degree of anxiety, depression, sleepless nights, excessive worry. What's going on here? But keep in mind that the major arcana, the strength card, is more powerful than the minor cards here. Okay. Can't use the Hierophant. The Hierophant was only used to clarify that Three of Swords. So it's not a card that's in your overall spread here. All right. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Now we have the Magician. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take the negative end of that Magician. People who are into, controlling, extracting, manipulating. So maybe you have dealt with, or you're dealing with somebody who is into all of the things in terms of trying to control you, trying to manipulate you, trying to extract from you. Remember, the negative side is always those people who are really into their own advancement. They're only out for themselves. And maybe there's some situation that's going on here specifically with an Aries in a relationship, and, you're at your wit's end. That Nine of Swords would be like you're at your wit's end with the whole, dealing with the whole situation. Also, keep in mind, Aries, that I forgot to mention that this too, if it's not something that you are dealing with this week, it could also be someone that is dealing with some sort of barriers or restrictions, or somebody who could be incarcerated. All right. Moving on after the Magician, now we have the Six of Blades. Okay, so the Six of Blades is a lot of mental energy here this week for you, Aries, but the Six of Blades is actually pretty good because whatever you may have been dealing with, that energy, and it could be connected to the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords, is moving away from you slowly but surely. And then, even though we don't have these characters on a boat, they are skating here, ice skating. So, moving away from the cracks here so they don't fall in. Also, with the Six of Blades, you could be traveling this week. So if you are, you're going to be safe to and from. And then oftentimes I get with the Six of Swords that someone could be seriously considering moving or relocating to a different area. Following the Six of Blades, now we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands coming in very, very fast, usually a family member, friend, or romantic partner to assist you, Aries, in some sort of help that you may need or request it. They usually come in very fast, and once the help is done, they usually exit just as quickly. But the presence of the Knight of Wands in your spread could also indicate, however, how fast a new relationship could take shape and form, like a new platonic friendship as well as a romantic partnership. Things are intensifying with the Knight of Wands. Things are heating up, building up, very passionate. And then he's a court card, so he can express himself sexually and has no drawbacks or inhibitions, limitations. Next up, we have the major arcana, the Hangman. This is usually just neutral energy. Hangman is just usually coming forward to be a reminder of any types of decisions or actions that you're about to undergo, to think through carefully, Aries, before you step forward. You don't want to rush through anything and then find out that you move too fast and then have to deal with any types of regrets. In this particular card here, you can see the little girl screaming. She's screaming because, if you can see, there's a spider that's hanging down there. So I'm reading for somebody, who's has this high degree of, fear of spiders. Could be. All right. All right. So following the Hangman here, now we have Judgment. Okay. Judgment is in our spread. So this is the card of awakening. What's hidden in the dark comes to the light. Okay, some things, Aries, that you may discover about yourself that you didn't know before could be positive or negative. Some things that you discover about others that you didn't know before could be positive or negative. Anyway, you got energy of spiritual protection throughout the week here, because Gabriel, tooting the horn, is always there to be there for guidance and spiritual protection. But in this particular card here, you can see the female. She's looking devious, right? This female here is guzzling a bottle. And then you have the partner over here watching her. We don't know, and she has a snake on her arm. So we don't know if she's done something to this, put something in the bottle, and she's just looking back to make sure that she drinks it. So it could be that someone is very, either one or two things. Somebody is dealing with a drinking problem, or someone who has, like I said, trust issues with people around them. Okay. Not trusting, very trusting. Also, what else do I want to say about this? Yeah. Someone that you know, or it could be you, that has a drinking problem. It could be you that you don't trust someone. Also, when this card shows up here, I always talk about, and when you go out there for them drinks, make sure that you're watching the bartenders mixing your drink, because they can slip you something as well. Okay. This would be the barmaid, and she done put something here in this person's drink, and she's just looking back to make sure that she's drinking it. And I say that because she has a nasty look to her, and then she also has this snake on her arm. All right, so next up here for you, we have the, Major Arcana, the Empress. So yes, this is a very interesting spread for you guys this week, energetically. Empress is very powerful, so something definitely is growing, developing, or expanding around you, Aries. This is pregnancy news. Any swords that shows up with any pregnancy cards, I always talk about, if it's not you, maybe somebody that you know undergoes cesarean birth. Okay, so this could also be a week where you pull back and refocus that energy onto yourself, loving yourself, caretaking for yourself, doing all the things that are necessary for yourself. If you're not good to yourself, you're not going to be good to anyone else. Also, this could be, just spending some time outdoors, enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. So we have pregnancy news, childbirth, something growing, developing, expanding, exercising your energies, or redrawing your energies, I should say, back onto yourself. And if you are, and you do, you're not to feel guilty about that. Up next, on top of the Knight of Wands, we got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles could be a moderate pay raise for some Rams that I'm reading for. You could be receiving a gift from someone this week, or you could be giving someone else a gift. And then also, too, when it comes to any forms of an apology, you may receive an apology from someone who may have handed you a slight in the recent past. On top of the Hangman, now we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is actually pretty good because it's like that Page of Wands. Something very fast comes in to put a smile on your face. You can see she's out with the, the painting gear and stuff. So I don't know if she's going to, paint outdoors. She's outdoors, so she's going to paint something that she see that caught her eye. This is a card I usually regard as the initializer. That would be you, Aries, initializing the beginning stages of some passion. That could be a new relationship. It could be a creative pursuit. It could be a hobby. All depends on what's going on with you. And also, too, like the Page of Wands, it's always an element of surprise that comes forth. Last card I have for you on top of Judgment is the Ten of Pentacles. This is one of the big money cards. Big money cards, okay? So we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is the card that represents abundance. This could be any forms of inheritances. It could be job offers, contract offers, could be promotions, as we are drawing closer towards, and you can see that this setting here is all laid out with holiday gear, Christmas tree and ornaments and stuff like that. So it could be Christmas bonus money. Normally when the Ten of Pentacles shows up in your spread, I said money has to come from somewhere, but for whatever reason, the Ten of Pentacles may show up in your spread. People always seem like additional money comes to them from somewhere, okay? So you can expect that as well. That there's some sort of unknown or unexpected source of money coming your way. All right, shadow energy here for you, Aries. We're going to finish off with Seven of Blades. Seven of Blades simply means people that you have distanced yourself from, cut yourself away from. That could be friends, it could be family members, and definitely ex-romantic partners. But whenever I use this deck, and I just said this in another sign where the with the High Priestess, there was a fox. Any fox that's in a card, you have to be careful. There are people around you that are deceitful, cunning, sly. They could be in a workplace environment. They could be romantic partners. They could be damn friends. You know what I mean? Family members. There's someone who is not trustworthy, and that energy could be lurking around you. So be very, very careful with that. Also, if it is not the energy of having to deal with people that you already disconnected your energies from, then it could be the return of material things that you may have thought you lost, put down, forgotten about, and so forth. All right, so very interesting spread this week. Wow. Keep in mind, though, Aries, it's just me interpreting these messages for you the best way that I see. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget before you go to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Aries, and I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.